Welcome riding buddies. This week we're going to have a look at the 2021 KTM 250 SXF. Obviously this bike is not 100% standard. It's very close except for the plastics and the sticker kit. Luckily one of my friends, Harmony Perry, has allowed us to have a look at her bike. I've been wanting to have a look at this bike for a while and just see what it's like. We're going to get Ding to have a ride on it and let him evaluate it. Hopefully he doesn't do what he did to my helmet to Harmony's bike. I sort of trust him a bit more with Harmony stuff than what I trust him with my stuff. He will definitely destroy my gear. But we're going to have a quick look at what the 2021 KTM is all about. Nothing else has really been modified on this bike except for the plastics and the sticker kit. So it is stock. It's just going to be interesting to see if the little changes that KTM made from the 2020 to the 2021, if they've made that much of a difference. The bike's not completely new. All I've really done is suspension work. The forks have had a lot of internal changes, a few little changes in the rear end, a couple of little fine tuning bits with the engine, but the engine's pretty much the same as last year. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. The big thing with this bike, in Australia, you can't get one anymore. Pretty much I think KTM in Australia has sold out of them. So maybe you might be watching this video in 2022, checking out that 2021 model and see if you want to buy it. We'll have a look at it and go from there. The engine for 2021 has not had a huge amount of changes compared to the 2020 model. Mainly it's just about making the engine a little bit more bulletproof. As it is, the engine is the fastest bike in the classes anyway, so that didn't really need a lot of attention. Brakes front and rear are the same as 2020. Brembo doing the job. Of course, we all know what the Brembo brakes are like, so we do not need to do anything about them. The same as 2020, Brembo hydraulic clutch. We don't need to worry about that. We know how good they are. This is where the major changes are for 2021. The suspension package is very different. The front forks have had a lot of major internal changes done to them. They are still the air fork, which some people don't like. Ding was never a big air fork fan, but he actually quite liked these forks. The rear shock, in the rear suspension, there's a lot of seal changes to reduce friction and all that sort of mathematical high equation stuff. But it actually works really good. The changes, you can feel a little bit of a difference. You've got the same electronic controllers as you've had for the last couple of years from KTM, with the map 1 being your mud map, as I would call it, map 2 being your aggressive map. Then you've got your traction controls as well. I love how KTM go the extra mile, give you a free hour meter mounted to the handlebars. Very important. So that's just a quick little look at the bike so far. Let's give Ding a go at it and see what he reckons. KTM do just seem to go that little extra mile when they sell your bike. They give you a vented airbox cover for when the conditions are pretty good to give you that little bit of extra oomph, but they also give you a solid airbox cover for those wet conditions. Also to the really cool stand that KTM give you, which is a side stand and a fork stand. It took Ding quite a while to work it out. He's not real smart with this stuff. So Ding, there's not many changes for the 2021 engine this year. What's the engine like to ride with? Ding reckons the engine for the 21 model feels like the 20 model. But that's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful engine, nice and broad and very smooth to ride. Quite powerful actually for a standard 254 stroke. So Ding, the brakes, no changes there. Still as good as they were last year. Yeah, Ding reckons the brakes are the usual Brembo quality. Very powerful. They don't fade. They just do everything. There's so much feel about them. Brembos are just such good brakes. So with the suspension, that's the biggest changes for 21 over 20. They've done a lot of changes with the forks and different seals and stuff in the rear end. Can you actually feel that it is any better than what the 20 model was? Button, wah, ding, 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 wah. Yeah, so Ding reckons the forks you can definitely feel they're just a little bit more like a bit more supple and stuff. They react a lot better than what they did for 2020. Ding is not a fan of air forks, but he's actually starting to like these WP air forks. So maybe we might convert him to air forks. The rear end, he said, yeah, there might be, you can feel a little bit of difference, but it's not a huge amount of difference with the new seals and stuff. But it is definitely just that little bit better than what last year's was. So the 21 model, how does it handle? Is it better than the 20 model? What? That? Yeah, Ding reckons it turns in a bit better than the 20 model. Brakes, everything else pretty much feels very familiar to the 20 model. But yeah, it just, the difference in the forks does just help it turn in that little bit better than the 20 model. When it came time to hand the bike back to Harmony, Ding did not want to let it go. Okay, so that's the 2021 KTM 250 SXF. Ding really loved it. He thought it was absolutely awesome. He didn't want to give it back to Harmony, that was for sure. The suspension, you can feel a little bit of change that they've done with the suspension. The engine, yeah, maybe a pro might feel a difference, but it's still a really good engine anyway. It doesn't matter what you are. The engine in this thing is so sweet. Brakes, typical Brembo brakes, just absolutely amazing with so much feel. So overall, this is an absolutely awesome race bike. Anyone, if they're capable of themselves, could go out and win races on this thing. It's absolutely awesome. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Go back through my library and you'll see a heap of other stuff there as well. Surely there's something there you may like. There's a lot of vintage stuff, event stuff and that as well. So thanks for watching and we'll catch you next time.